Hello and welcome to Asset Television News. I am Emmanuel Akwaya. First, the headlines. Resign now, federal government tells appointees. Governor Zulum condemns Maiduguri suicide bombing. FG declares Thursday and Friday as public holiday. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has directed all political appointees under his administration who intend to contest elective offices in the forthcoming 2027 general elections to resign their appointments on or before March 31, 2026. The directive is pursuant to the provisions of Section 88(1) of the Electoral Act 2026, as well as the timetable issued by the Independent National Electoral Commission for party primaries ahead of the 2027 general elections. In a circular signed by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, which was issued by the Permanent Secretary, General Service Office, Dr. Ibrahim Abubakar Kana, the resignation requirement applies to all categories of presidential political appointees who wish to participate in the forthcoming party primaries or seek nomination for any elective office, which will include the following: Honorable Ministers of State, Special Advisors to the President, Senior Special Assistants to the President, Special Assistants to the President, Personal Assistants to the President, all Directors General and Chief Executive Officers of federal government parastatals, agencies, commissions, and government-owned companies, as well as all other political appointees of the President. Governor Chukwuma Soludo of Anambra has reaffirmed confidence in President Bola Tinubu, describing him as a courageous and patriotic leader capable of addressing Nigeria's challenges and advancing development in the southeast. Soludo made the assertion after he was sworn in as the governor of Anambra State for a second term. In his inaugural address, Soludo commended Tinubu for ongoing federal infrastructure projects in the region, particularly the Enugu-Onitsha Expressway and the Second Niger Bridge. The governor noted that the president's interventions signaled renewed federal attention to the needs of the southeast. Soludo disclosed that during Tinubu's state visit to Anambra on May 8, 2025, he requested the inclusion of the southeast in the National Gas and Rail Master Plan, as well as the dredging of the River Niger to enable full operations at the Onitsha River Port. The governor said enhanced federal collaboration would be critical to unlocking the economic potential of the region, particularly through improved transportation and energy infrastructure. Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum has condemned the bomb blast in Maiduguri, the state capital, describing the incident as cruel and cowardly. Zulum, who is currently in Saudi Arabia for the Lesser Hajj, expressed sadness over the incident, which he said targeted innocent people during the holy month of Ramadan. The Borno State Police Command confirmed 23 persons killed and 108 injured in the multiple explosions, adding that preliminary investigations revealed that the incidents were carried out using improvised explosive device by suspected suicide bombers on Monday, March 16, 2026. Governor Zulum, in a statement issued by his special advisor on media, Dauda Ilia, called for increased vigilance and heightened security measures, particularly in places of worship and other public areas. He added that the recent surge in attacks might be linked to ongoing military operations against insurgents in Sambisa Forest and other hideouts. The governor, however, assured residents that the military and other security agencies were on top of the situation and had put in place adequate measures to prevent further security breaches in Maiduguri and across the state. The Inspector General of Police has filed a criminal charge against two suspects, Adebayo Aliu and Fatuntele Tunde, for allegedly defaming a microfinance company, Money Points. The IG in the charge filed before Justice Rita Ofili Ajumobi of the Federal High Court in Abuja preferred a 7-count bordering the cyber stalking against the defendants. Their arraignment scheduled for Tuesday could not proceed due to the absence of the defendants in court. The News Agency of Nigeria observes that neither the defendants nor their lawyer was in court. Asset will be back after the short break. Stay tuned.
Mom, 20,000 naira for that video game I told you about.
20,000?
Yeah.
Did your dad just give you money?
Yeah, but I need more for this new release.
My hands are busy. Go ahead, send it yourself. 20,000, okay?
Facial verification. What the?
Forgot to mention, your dad taught me how to set it up in order to avoid sending large sum of money accidentally.
Come on.
You think you can assault me the way your sister did with your dad? You are lucky I'm always sending it. This boy.
With Opay's large transaction shield, your face is the only access. Opay, beyond banking.
Welcome back from the break. The federal government has declared Thursday, March 19 and Friday, March 20, 2026 as public holidays to mark this year's Eid al-Fitr celebration. The announcement was made by the Minister of Interior Olubunmi Tunji Ojo, who congratulated Muslim faithful across the country on the successful completion of the holy month of Ramadan. In a statement issued on Tuesday by Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Interior, Dr. Magdalene Ajani, on behalf of the federal government, the minister urged Muslims to uphold the core values of love, generosity, peace, tolerance, and sacrifice, which define the Ramadan period. He emphasized the need for Nigerians to reflect on these virtues beyond the fasting season as part of efforts to build a more harmonious society. Tunji Ojo also called on citizens, regardless of religious affiliation, to use the festive period to pray for national peace, unity, and sustained progress. The World Health Organization has urged increased domestic funding and stronger community engagement to sustain progress in the fight against tuberculosis in Nigeria. Dr. Nya Ngo, Cluster Lead for Disease Prevention and Control, WHO Nigeria, made the call on Tuesday during a press briefing in Abuja ahead of the 2026 World TB Day. Ngun said that while progress had been made, significant gaps remained, particularly in reaching undeserved populations most vulnerable to TB infection and poor treatment outcomes. She emphasized that TB was not only a health issue, but also a socio-economic concern, with financial burdens on patients and households hindering timely diagnosis and treatment. Ngun called for financial risk protection measures and stronger domestic resource mobilization, noting that Nigeria could not rely solely on external funding, as support from the Global Fund might decline in future cycles. A former lawmaker, Philip Tanimu Aduda, has officially resigned his membership from the People's Democratic Party, citing internal crisis within the party. In a resignation letter dated March 17, 2026, and addressed to the PDP chairman of Karu Ward in Abuja, Aduda stated that his decision takes immediate effect. He attributed his exit to ongoing challenges within the party. Despite his departure, the former senator expressed appreciation for the opportunities he received while in the party, noting that he had served in various elected positions during his political career. The development adds to a series of recent political shifts within the PDP, as internal disagreements continue to shape the party's landscape. The head of the U.S. National Counterterrorism Center has resigned, saying he cannot in good conscience support the ongoing war in Iran. Joe Kent, a decorated former Army Ranger and CIA paramilitary officer, was a top aide to Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard, who oversaw all U.S. counterterrorism efforts in the U.S. and overseas. In a March 17 post on social media platform X, Ken said that after much reflection, he has decided to resign from his position as director of the National Counterterrorism Center. The White House and Office of the Director of National Intelligence, which oversees NCTC, did not immediately respond to USA Today's request for comment. Javad Ali, Counterterrorism Director on the National Security Council during Trump's first term, said Ken's resignation was virtually unprecedented for a president who has fired numerous top aides but hasn't seen anyone publicly attack his policies within the administration. The Nigerian Football Federation is reportedly weighing a revised contract that would see Super Eagles head coach Eric Chelle in up to $100,000 per month as negotiations continue between both parties. A source at the NFF revealed that officials are open to adjusting Chelle's current deal and accommodating some of his demands, adding that the Federation has set $100,000 monthly salary for the Malian tactician. Chelle, who currently earns $50,000 per month, is said to have requested a new contract valued at $130,000 monthly. According to him, the proposed increase is intended to cover both his salary and the wages of his technical crew. And that's the news at this hour. Do follow us on all our social media handles for more news and programs. On behalf of the news crew, I am Emmanuel Akwaya.